All new at 10, it's a danger often parents don't think about, but the death of a little girl in Maryland may now have some parents looking over a household item some of us use every day.
Tragedy strikes at this home in Suitland after a frantic call to 911 of a little girl not breathing. According to Prince George's County Police, the little girl somehow became tangled in the cords attached to the blinds. She was found by a family member who called police and tried CPR on her until paramedics arrived, but nothing could be done to save her.
Since 2012, manufacturers have mandated that they have 2 cords, not just 1. That would stop strangulation issues.
The Prince George's County Safe Kids is dedicated to preventing tragedies such as this and say it's an unfortunate reminder to keep cords out of reach.
I feel like with this situation, those cords are probably older. They were never retrofitted to add a free kit that you can get from manufacturers and add those 2, because a simple snip of the cords and it's putting 2 knots in them could honestly change an outcome.
The little girl was pronounced dead at the hospital. It's not known how long she may have been tangled in the cords. Police are now investigating. An autistic teenage girl rescued from icy conditions after being found barefoot near Chicago. Chicago police found the teen walking barefoot on ice at Belmont Harbor. They say the autistic girl was playing with her mother this morning when she wandered out onto the ice. Divers were able to crawl out and rescue her. She was not hurt. And we must warn you, this next story may be disturbing to some of you, our viewers. Despite strong opposition and protests from animal rights groups, officials at a Danish zoo killed, then butchered a healthy young giraffe and fed it to the lions. Marius, the 18-month-old giraffe, was shot in the head at Copenhagen Zoo. Officials say they had to put it down due to lack of space and to comply with European rules on inbreeding. Veterinarians lured the giraffe outside its pen with rye bread. When it started eating, the vets shot it in the back of the head. A British zoo offered to give Marius a home, and an online petition saved Marius the giraffe from the bolt gun now gathered more than 25,000 signatures. His carcass was fed to lions, polar bears, and tigers. Oklahoma authorities now teaching a new approach to handling a gunman in a public place. They call it ALICE. It stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. Police say they call this method a lockdown on steroids. Police say there's little people actually can do to make a shooter more angry, but a lot can be done to distract and create chaos so that the shooter won't have full range.
In an active shooter situation, someone dies every 14 seconds. So if we can slow that time down, we can save lives. If you think about it ahead of time, you have a plan in your head, you're able to react, and that's a big part of this program.
The more conventional approach to handling a shooter has been to turn off the lights and hide. Police hope to expand their ALICE training to other law enforcement agencies. And Team USA's daredevil snowboarders dominated the new Olympic event of slopestyle today. CBS' Alfonso Van Marsh has more on all the action in Sochi.
California girl Jamie Anderson soared high to grab Team USA's second gold in the new extreme Olympic sport of snowboarding slopestyle.
It just felt so good to be able to do something that I knew I could do.
Extreme sport star
and the USA is in 3rd place right now in the medal count. Let's look at that. Norway leads the pack with 2 gold, 1 silver, 4 bronze for a total of 7. Second is the Netherlands, 2 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze for a total of 4 as well. And the USA has 2 gold, 0 silver, bronze. They have 2 for a total of 4. Canada and Russia are tied for 4th with 1 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze for a total of 4 medals each. Coming up on Action for News Weekend, Hispanics are excelling in a particular market. Tonight's UTPA report tells us what that is and why Hispanics are so good at it. Hispanics have been starting their own businesses at a faster rate than any other demographic in the U.S. over the past decade. Professors at UTPA have written a book that looks at this trend. Reporter Jennifer Burgum has more on that story.
Daniela Gonzalez loves being her own boss. The University of Texas Pan American graduate opened her own catering business, Tesoros Fine Cuisine, several months ago. She wanted to combine her love of cooking and management.
My passion is to cook since I was little. I remember going to Guadalajara where my aunt had a restaurant, and I was really passionate about it, like asking her like what was on this and that.
According to 2 professors at UT Pan American, Gonzalez is an example of the growing trend of entrepreneurship among Hispanics. Economics professors Alberto Davila and Marie Mora recently wrote a book called Hispanic Entrepreneurship in the 2000s, published by Stanford University Press.
I would say the primary finding is that there's been a growth in Hispanic entrepreneurship in the United States, especially over the...
From the 24/7 Weather Center.
We finally saw some sunshine, some decent sunshine this afternoon across the Rio Grande Valley, but unfortunately that cloud cover is beginning to build back up, especially along the coast this evening. You can see here, looking at that satellite right over the past couple of hours, seeing that cloud cover move back in, and that's going to continue to build further out into the western portions of the viewing area as the night wears on. Right now, temperatures in the 60s, pretty warm tonight. 65 in Rio Grande City right now, 66 in Harlingen. Those winds fairly light, still coming out of the southeast at 9 miles an hour in McAllen, 7 miles an hour in Brownsville. And as those winds continue to die down, we're going to see some fog develop in those overnight hours, especially in the upper valley and along the coast, expecting to see some thicker low-lying level cloud cover. So tonight, overnight lows not going to fall down too much more. 62 is the overnight low in McAllen, 61 in Brownsville. Tomorrow, going to continue to see the temperatures increase into the upper 70s, low 80s across the area, 81 in McAllen, 82 in Rio Grande City. But we are going to see a bit more cloud cover move on in ahead of yet another cold front. Tomorrow night, that's where we're going to begin to see some of that rain move on its way through along that front, pushing in cooler air behind it. So where's that front right now? Well, making its way across the central portions of central Texas right now, you can see it push that colder air on in. If we take a look at those current temperatures, you can see 39 degrees in San Angelo, while 58 degrees in Del Rio, a very defined line where you can see these temperatures dropping along this front. So we are continuing to monitor that as that moves closer to our neck of the woods. So Futurecast showing tonight, continuing that southeasterly flow, clouds building in throughout the day tomorrow ahead of that front, but as it pushes further south tomorrow, we'll see the increased chance for showers, especially early Tuesday morning. You can see they're indicated in those greens, and then as that front pushes on through, those strong northerly winds move on in, plummeting the temperatures. Highs on Tuesday only expected to rise into the mid-40s. Rain chances for tomorrow evening about 20%, and then jumping up to 50% on Tuesday. But this is going to be a pretty quick moving system. Wednesday afternoon, expecting things to clear out, so only going to see some rain showers in those morning hours. By Thursday and into next weekend, things are looking pretty nice though. Temperatures in the 70s, but check it out, that 35, 40 degree drop Monday to Tuesday, but we will bounce back up on Wednesday. And as I mentioned, Thursday through next Sunday look pretty nice. Temperatures back into the 70s. So hey, if you have some fun activity to do on Valentine's Day, doesn't look like the weather is going to get in your way.
We love the weather.
Literally,
Except for that
we
one
love
day
it.
on Monday, but I'm sure the softball kids will love the weather for tomorrow, since that's when it kicks off, right?
Yeah,
At least it'll
softball
be
season
warm.
begins tomorrow here in the Rio Grande Valley, and as a matter of fact, in the state of Texas. But how about some games already set because of this weather to go on Tuesday? They're already moved to Monday. Who's that feature? We'll talk about that next in sports.